This game is fast, aggressive, punishing, and it expects you to always be moving and thinking. You see, Ninja Gaiden 4 doesn't really give you time to breathe. Every enemy is designed to pressure you from all sides, and the game constantly tests how well you can keep control of the fight instead of letting the fight control you. In this video, we're going to break down all the essential tips that will make your experience way smoother and help you survive in those chaotic encounters. Now, these aren't advanced tricks, they're the fundamental habits the game expects you to build from the moment you press start. And if you don't have it, well, it's best that you do, so let's get into it. Number 1, be fast and aggressive, and don't hold your ground. What? You see, Ninja Gaiden 4 rewards speed and pressure. If you try to stand still and fight in one spot, you're gonna get surrounded really fast, and the enemy AI is built to collapse on you the moment you stop moving, so staying stationary turns every fight into a natural disaster. Instead of staying in place, do this. Move around the area quickly, even if you're not attacking. Switch targets often to avoid getting locked into tunnel vision. Avoid locking onto one enemy for too long when there are multiple mobs, because the others will flank you, and always be aware of your position in the room, especially corners and tight spaces. You do not want to be, gang pushed into the corner. Let's stick with that. If you try to stand still and block like it's a Souls game, you're gonna get destroyed. Enemies attack from multiple angles, so holding your ground is basically a death sentence. Staying on the move lets you slip through gaps, avoid crowding, and create your own openings. When you move aggressively, you're not just dodging, you're controlling the pace of the fight and preventing enemies from using their numbers against you. This game is all about flow. Once you stop moving, the enemies take control. Keeping that momentum is what keeps you alive. Number 2, blocking versus dodging. Blocking is important and it can save you when things get chaotic, but it's not something you want to rely on as your main defense. Remember, you are a shinobi. Ninjas, you're not a medieval knight. Because enemies often attack from multiple directions. Blocking too much locks your feet to the ground, and once you stop moving, someone out of your camera view is almost guaranteed to hit you. So here's the mindset you need. Use blocking only in emergencies, when you literally don't have the space or time to dodge. And don't stand there holding block. It turns you into a punching bag. Remember, you're not a medieval knight. You don't have loads of armor on you. Dodging and movement should be your main defense because they protect you from attacks you can't see. Think of blocking as a quick safety button. It keeps you alive for a second, but movement is what keeps you alive for the whole fight, the whole game, your whole life. Number 3, buy Flying Shallow and Azuna Drop first. These two moves are extremely important early on, especially when the game is throwing groups at you and you're still learning how to move aggressively. Flying Shallow, well, what does it do? It lets you close distances very fast. It's safe fast and catches enemies off guard, and it has a solid chance to decapitate enemies, removing one threat instantly. Flying Shallow is one of those moves that keeps your offense flowing. You're constantly diving in, repositioning, and removing targets before the fight becomes overwhelming. Azuna Drop? Well, this is one of the best punishing tools in the entire series. When you land an Azuna Drop, you deal strong, reliable damage. It completely removes that enemy from the fight for a moment, and you create breathing room when the battlefield gets crowded. It works on so many enemy types, and once you start the chain, the rest usually connects cleanly. So Azuna Drop is perfect for punishing enemies who overcommit, miss big swings, or get staggered by your hits. Flying Shallow gets you in, Azuna Drop finishes the job. Number 4, ultimate techniques plus blood essence. Ultimate techniques are your big damage, big crowd control tools. Normally, you'd have to charge them, which leaves you open. But here's where blood essence changes everything. The key is, if you absorb blood essence, you can cast a UT instantly. That means if you defeat enemies and pick up essence at the right moment, your UT becomes a fast, high power option that you can use constantly throughout a fight. Perfect dodges and UT synergy. Let's just say ultimate techniques. I can't say this cinnamon? I can't say this anymore. A perfect dodge counts as being airborne, so when you land, if you absorb essence immediately, you can release an ultimate technique right away. This lets you chain dodges into big attacks, punish openings instantly, and turn chaotic fights into your advantage. Once you get used to this rhythm, you'll start deleting enemies, control delete, with perfectly timed UTs and controlling crowds with ease. Number 5. Pay attention to enemy indicators. Sounds like common sense, but Ninja Gaiden 4 gives you visual indicators that show what's happening around you, and they're incredibly important. They tell you the direction of incoming attacks, which range enemies are aiming at you. When off-camera enemies are about to strike, you pretty much have a spidey sense going on here. How many threats are closing in? These indicators act as a sixth sense. When you combine them with sound cues and enemy animations, you get a full picture of the battlefield without having to visually track every single enemy. So if you want to feel like you're that guy from Limitless with the NZT pill where you can just take on whoever's coming at you, you want to be using these indicators. Don't focus only on the enemy in front of you. The real danger almost always comes from behind or from an angle you aren't watching. If anything, that's pretty common sense. That's real life, isn't it? Number 6, unblockable attacks. When an enemy starts glowing, they're winding up an unblockable attack. I mean, we all know this. Every game, every anime, if they're glowing, something bad's about to happen. So, don't try to block it. You'll take the full hit every time. Instead, dodge or counter it with blood form attacks. Blood form attacks let you cut through the animation if your timing is good, and you can actually stagger them out of the move. Use these to interrupt dangerous attacks, keep enemies from gaining momentum, and maintain control over the fight. Number 7. Prioritize enemies with small targeting. You can't just swing blindly in Ninja Gaiden 4. Smart targeting is a huge part of staying alive, and here's the usual priority. Number 1, range enemies. I mean, makes sense. They're range for a reason, right? They're usually the weakest. These constantly interrupt your combos, chip your health, and make every fight harder. Take them out first. Number 2, fast, aggressive enemies. These flank you, break your rhythm, and punish you if you're sloppy. And number 3, obviously, it's the ones that don't really move and you can keep a track of. You leave those for last. These are the enemies. The enemies? The heavy enemies. Maybe that should be a new word. Enemies. I like that. They're strong, but they're much more manageable once everything else is cleared. When they're alone, you can read their moves without constant interruptions. Managing threats in the right order makes fights dramatically easier. Number 8. Listen to the enemies. You know what? It's kind of like when you watch movies and you see there's all these backup stuntmen that are trying to attack the main actor, but they're not, they're just shouting stuff. Well, same for in this game. Enemies shout things like, "My arm! Oh, my leg!" when they're injured. Why would you do that? Just don't tell the opponent you're injured. But I guess that makes it easier for you. These lines tell you that the enemy is temporarily weakened or staggered. When you hear that, you can finish them safely, you can reposition without pressure, or you can grab your essence to use a UT or regenerate your HP safely. These moments are basically free openings the game gives you. Use them to stabilize the fight or clean up enemies efficiently. Number 9. Parrying versus movement. Perfect parries and perfect blocks are strong tools, but they're situational. They shine when you know the exact timing or when you're dealing with one enemy, which is very rare. Use parries when you understand the enemy's pattern. You want a clean counterattack. It's a one-on-one moment, but in general, movement and dodging are real lifesavers, especially in a multi-enemy scenario where timing parries become much harder. Parries help in specific moments, but movement helps in every moment. Wow, that kind of just gave me some realization in life. Number 10, don't overbuy skills. Practice them.
Doesn't hurt to practice. Confident, huh?
If you buy too many skills too quickly, you won't use most of them. Ninja Gaiden's real depth comes from mastering a small set of tools before adding more. So the best method is buy 1 or 2 moves, practice until they feel natural, then move on to the next ones. I mean, back to life, isn't that what you want to do with anything? Why would you own all this stuff? It's like owning every instrument, but you only know how to play one. Don't waste your money. If you overload yourself, you'll forget half the moves and your combat won't improve. Slow, steady learning builds a strong, reliable toolkit. Number 11, enemy AI adapts. Don't be predictable. Man, AI is changing the world, isn't it? It's also changing how we play games. In Ninja Gaiden 4, enemies react to repetitive actions. If you spam the same combo, they'll start blocking, dodging, or repositioning to punish you. So mix up your rhythms with light attack chains, heavy attacks, flying shallow, Azuna drop, and any other skills you learn, but use them intentionally. So remember, your fingers are ADHD, but ADHD with intention. Don't forget, throwing shurikens at airborne enemies can mess up their balance and interrupt attacks. Keeping your offense unpredictable keeps enemies from adapting and reduces the number of punishes you take. Number 12. I have often dreamed of a far-off place. Hero mode. If you're having trouble with bosses or certain encounters, you can switch to hero mode at any time. Hero mode isn't just lower difficulty, it gives you auto dodge, auto block, auto assist, auto heal. This sounds like lower difficulty. These features help you survive while learning enemy patterns. It's a great option if you want to practice without the frustration of dying constantly, and that just shows, yeah, that's what kind of game this is. You can always switch back once you're comfortable. There's no shame in using assists to learn. I mean, they're there for a reason. So that's everything you need to know before jumping into Ninja Gaiden 4. Stay aggressive, stay mobile, choose your targets wisely, and make the most out of the game's mechanics. If this helped you out, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what move you're planning to buy first. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Man, I really need to drink some water. This voiceover stuff's not easy.